You know, I really do wish that things would get better for the Dark Knight, but at least he finished downloading the flash drive of all the data processed from LexCorp. And why did he want to download all that data from the flash drive or something into the back computer? Well, because it's time that he has to go fight and punch crime in the face just like we do, because this is Arkham Twin Days. Hi there, viewers. I am Leo Wolverine, your game commentator and founding member of Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. As I'm going to continue my story topic of Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice in progress. Okay, now that he finished downloading the data stream into his back computer, he finds something very interesting. It's called like the Metahuman Thesis Project or the something. Shows a picture of Wonder Woman and shows something more than just Wonder Woman herself. It shows pictures of other superheroes like Cyborg, The Flash, and Aquaman. But it will be shown later to that of Wonder Woman, whose name is Diana Prince. So for that matter, it will only show to Diana Prince and nothing else. It is just, yeah, only to Diana Prince. And so what is it about to do is, well, now that Batman has got all the data ready, he has to go to the docks somewhere between Gotham and Metropolis. I mean, who knows the location? I'm guessing it's some kind of a warehouse. And so for that, he fires, he carries this sniper rifle, which I'm sure that the Dark Knight Returns uses, using a sniper rifle to latch from one place to another. And, you know, with the sniper rifle, he fires bat tracers. The tracers to lock on to a piece of or some kind of type. What he said, and Alfred said it was never a dirty bomb, and he said it was. And Bruce says it's some kind of weapon. And so, the Batman of the Dark Knight, you know, Frank Miller Batman, of course, he has this great remembrance. He says, and you see I thought usually Zack Snyder thought that Robin was Jason Todd and says, got you. But instead, he had to leak out and it was Richard Grayson. When he says Grayson, they're like, what? Are you serious? Zack Snyder, that is not funny! And now everybody is angry and throwing some Twitter comments at Zack Snyder and say that wasn't funny. What you're doing is wrong and you're twisting the knife. And I don't find it very reassuring. And not to mention others as well. And so for that, I believe it was Jason Todd, but Zack Snyder said Grayson. So, okay, you said Grayson, that is just plain rude. And now that the cat's out of the bag about who is that was supposed to be Jason Todd, Richard Grayson. What do you know? It is not funny. So, okay, so now that he got a tracing lock of that semi, he has to go after it with the Batmobile, and you hear the intense music of Hans Zimmer and JL Junkie, or was it Junkie XL? I forgot the name. It's either one of those two. Okay, so forgive me. And so the Batman is going after that one item that the white Portuguese contained. It was a big chunk of kryptonite. Yes, kryptonite. Was going after it, but keeps the tracer unlocked. And so, however, Batman sees a strange figure with a cape. And guess who that is? It's none other than Superman himself. And so the Batmobile hits Superman even though it doesn't flinch him. However, it took somewhat the damage even though the Batmobile is still not in great shape, but it's somewhat okay. And then Superman had to rip open the hood of the part of the top car of the Batmobile. And Superman said something to Batman, and he said, "Next time you shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it." And Batman tells this to Superman, and he says, "Tell me, do you bleed?" Yeah, he kind of speaks like that, and he says, "You will." Well, you will. You know, that it's like in a freaky, scary bat voice without the Christian Bale Batman voice, okay? So, yeah. And he's still gonna find the locking tracing aspect of the truck to find the piece of chunk of kryptonite that Lex Luthor wanted in the first place. Well, guess what? The Batman got there first, and he took the piece of kryptonite away from Lex Luthor, and now he has it all to himself. Not just because he needed it, but because he wanted to stop Superman. Because one day, who knows, that Superman might become his enemy. But sooner or later, he's going to have to become there's no choice but to team up with him. And sooner or later, he'll be his BFF. As in, best friends forever. Selfie! And now finally that Batman has got the piece of chunk of kryptonite that he's been getting for to steal it away from LexCorp. Yes, and Lex Luthor was absolutely shocked that the piece of kryptonite that he was waiting to get was stolen by none other than the Batman of the Dark Knight. So yeah. What else is gonna go on next that things may go testy is that sooner or later that Bruce is going to whip up some kind of a kryptonite gas. And you can usually see how ripped up Ben Affleck is, because he had the perfect part as the Dark Knight. He looks like the Dark Knight Returns figure of Frank Miller, and he has that look. I'm pretty sure he might have the butt chin, which absolutely fit his character. And of course, he's from Boston. And now, of course, and that when you see, now that Bruce Wayne now you see this worker who, I kind of forgot, who works for Wayne Enterprises, who works for Bruce Wayne, kind of puts this, puts a spray paint on a statue of Superman that spells false god. And yeah, and he got arrested for this about of a hate crime. And so now Lex Luthor went to his house, and this guy says, he says, "Who are you?" he says, I'm here to help you. And he says, oh yeah, well what do you want? And Lex Luthor says, well, to help you stand for something.
You said you were getting the smokes. That's the whole reason we raided that damn place.
So why would he go all the way to get a place to give him a wheelchair? So he gave him a wheelchair, of electronic one, and now he is able to, and now he is going to go to court, and he wants Superman to be summoned to court, or the senator of Kentucky wants to have Superman in court, or having a chat to chat back in, I'm not sure if it's Washington, D.C., or I don't know, perhaps. The location is variable. And so, for that matter, Superman finally shows up, and you know, things are gonna go so smoothly well. And yeah, but how will he react to this? He just acts normal. Yeah, you know, like in a normal, casual way that's nothing is going to go wrong. And now, when Senator June, yeah, now I remember who it is, Senator June. Okay, Senator June talks about this is what we're talking about, that we need to communicate with each other. How do we agree with each other? And do we talk to one another? And so they are able to talk, and then she explains this to the entire court. And you know how and when Senator June doesn't even realize what oh my goodness. She saw a jar that says Granny's Peach Tea. And what she sees, it just kind of scares the heebie-jeebies out of her. Yeah, I mean, like something's wrong here. What? And yes, and she's kind of stuttering. And does she realize that this is going to be a trap or something, or one or two? Who knows? I think she might be right. So, oh my. And you notice the guy on the wheelchair who can't walk on his legs anymore? Well, guess what happens? The wheelchair exploded like a specialized bomb that takes out the entire Capitol building. The whole thing, like inside the core, like huge explosion. And Superman doesn't even seize it and just shakes his head sadly because he never saw the bomb coming. And it was a yikes moment. He did not stop the bomb in time because why? Because he doesn't even realize that the bomb was a huge explosive, and I'm guessing the bomb was protected by lead itself. I'm guessing this is why he never saw it coming. It was very, very infuriating. Of course, Bruce Wayne was watching this on the TV news, and you're not going to believe how he reacted when he says about when he shows the letters about the checks and giving it to him. Why were the checks were not being accepted to the guy who was in the wheelchair? Why was he feel like he was homeless and he should have gotten paid all of a sudden? Was his checks are being blocked or being sent back to him? Or was it somebody or preventing his money from being collected? I find it pretty strange for anybody who does not want to have their own payroll. And the final payroll or the payroll check that says you let your family die, and Bruce Wayne feels like, okay, that's it. He's finally crossed the line. If this, sorry, if that's how you want to win, I guess I have no choice but to take you down. Alright, so he has no choice but to take him down in a near future. So yeah, this is going to get messy. And so, yep, what do we have to do until this thing gets resolved? Well, he has to work out really well, and he's going to have to pump up some muscle, lifting up heavy weights, bench pressing, and, body consumption to pump up his arms, because he lifts weights and work out for his upper body, not to mention a lot of leg strength out of one man. Because Bruce Wayne knows how to lift weights, and he is like the ultimate bodybuilder. And you cannot comprehend how well Bruce Wayne is, because he can make a drill sergeant look like a saint. Especially for those in the military. I was about to say the Army, but that works too. The Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the Coast Guard. So Bruce Wayne is finally able to develop a gas which will eliminate and destroy Superman, because he has to take him out. Not only he created a kryptonite gas rounds. I think he fires like 3 rounds on one launcher. Also, he created a kryptonite spear that's made of pure kryptonite that will actually destroy him if things don't work so well around with even if the kryptonite gas grenades will do some of the work of damage to weaken him, but the kryptonite spear will also destroy him. And furthermore, now that he's got everything ready, and now that Superman is waiting for what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yes, he is waiting for there's something to do. Of course, and then finally Superman tells Lois that I should have seen that coming. And then because Lois says this symbol stands for something. It stands for hope. And he said, Superman says, on my world it didn't. I mean, maybe Superman is just a fairy tale or just a story. And he says, I don't think he even exists. Of course, he had to find a way then. He went to somewhere in a mountain. I'm pretty sure it's not Mount Everest. So he went to climbing up a mountain. He kind of looks like a lumberjack. And then he talks to his legal father. That would be, how do I say this? Get ready for it. It is none other than Jonathan Kent, his father, legal dad. Remember, it's his legal dad, alright? So, do not mock me or else you're in trouble. now that the question's out of the way about his legal dad, he is finally able to talk like father to son and son to father. And so, yeah. And he noticed that, and he talks to his dad about something about, what makes him not go insane. So what desperately thing that he does not want to go insane is all he's asking. So yes, what does not make him go insane is, he's got it. Martha Kent is the person that does not make him go completely insane, if you want to know. So, yeah, does not make him go pollo loco. Because why? Martha was his world. And without Martha, he would be nothing. He'd, be dead on inside. Without Martha, without his legal son, Clark, he would not be the man he would ever be. Including that he was raised on a farm. So, yes. Now that things are going to go so well, it should be fine whether the thought of that is good. And now things are going to get better. Hopefully that Clark Kent would possibly understand of how to solve this predicament. And now you can see that Batman is already powered up and fired up with this brand new armor. Then he turns on the bat signal atop of Gotham's cloudy, stormy skies, and he is ready for a fight to the duel, or a fight to the death against the Man of Steel versus the Bat of Gotham. Who will win? Who will find out? We will tune in next time for more of Arkham Twin Days, for more of BVS. And we are going to stop here and continue to pick up from where we left off for another time. So thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me, what do you guys think of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice? Whether it's loved or hated by viewers, and mash that like button or share this video if you guys love Batman vs. Superman, or should I say Arkham Twin Days, and keep this series going strong. So until then, this is Leo Wolverine saying and speaking as always as your sensational special being who takes chances, makes mistakes, and get messy in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember, the Dark Knight is always watching you, and so am I. See you guys next time for more of Arkham Twin Days.